this is part 22 of Ocarina of Time 3D, and this is going to shock you. We're going to get Skulltulas and Heart Pieces in this part.
And we're also going to do a lot of walking.
We are, but we do get a twist. We're getting the Deku Nut upgrade in this part.
Which is, I don't think I ever got that one.
There's no reason
And
to.
then actually in a couple parts we'll also get the Deku Stick upgrade, which I'm pretty sure I never got that one either.
Oh, that one's so random. We'll talk about that when we get to that.
Why we need some of these upgrades, like...
Yeah, when are you ever going to use 40 Deku Nuts?
Well, the Deku Nuts are kind of valuable. Like, there's a lot of things I didn't know they could do that they actually can do, but we still don't use that many. Basically, you only use it to stun enemies.
Yeah, and I don't think we ever need 40.
If you're an exceptional player like me, I don't need that,
No.
I don't need that at all, so...
I mean, we used them a little bit back inside Jabu Jabu's belly, because they were
for
so
the bubbles.
effective against the bubbles.
Or Shabombs.
Shabombs. They'll always be the bubbles.
That's a cool name.
Really
I don't know, man. I kind of like Shabomb. That's a lot cooler name. I'm down with that.
The good thing about this part is, since we started right there at the Deku Tree, we're going to spend a lot of this part in, like, the Lost Woods.
We're right inside the Deku Tree Skulltula right then.
Yeah.
Because we were coming back here.
So at least our walking is a little bit less than some of the other recent parts.
Until later on.
Well, yeah. But I love the Lost Woods music, so we get to listen to that the whole time we're in here.
Sorry, song, right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I just always... no, I don't like this area. I was about to say I like this area. Like, sometimes we hit a point where we look at each other behind the scenes and we don't have anything to talk about. We'll be like, oh, I love this area. Then you realize what you're talking about and you're like, no, I've never been a fan of Lost Woods because I just don't like stuff that's confusing. Confusing or maze. I like mazes, like if I can see... Yeah. You know what? No, I like mazes.
No.
I don't know what I'm trying to... I guess I'm trying to be positive and just...
I will say, though...
Everything's coming out negative.
Yeah, just keep bashing our own parts. Yeah. I will say, like, you mentioned in the last part, like, when you went through and actually kind of did 100%, there was a lot of stuff you hadn't seen before. The Lost Woods is one of those areas that has a lot of that stuff.
Oh, there is.
I had never done. I mean, we mentioned the upgrades for the Deku Stick and the Deku Nuts, but there's a couple other areas, like talking to the Skull Kids and things like that I probably didn't do the very first time through.
Well, like going on what you say, like I think there's 2 or 3 areas. Like I went to like some of them you had to cross, like Skull Kid, you had to cross.
Yeah.
And that longer area went to the Plains of Being. Like you obviously are probably going to go there.
Yeah.
And then right by the target, you're going to go there. This one right here,
it's a little out of the way.
I accidentally stumbled on this one, but I probably walked around, looked, and just got out of here. So
yeah, you're like, I don't want to deal with business scrubs.
Like when you initially see this place, you're like, what? There's nothing to do in here really. So go get it out.
I'm not sure what that just
I mumbled all of that one right there.
So I can tell you were running out of momentum.
That's just a lot of words went together right there.
Now I kind of had to laugh that you were sitting there waiting for that Skulltula to pop out, and that other scrub just nails you.
He's a jerk. He's a jerk.
Really is.
I'm not gonna lie. Behind the scenes, I thought the video flickered. And it kind of threw me off a little bit, and that's why I was kind of like, ugh.
Excuses.
That's the one I'm going with.
Now it is kind of cool. You've seen it with both of our times that we've planted in those plots here in the.
You'll get there, Brett. You'll get there. Hey, at least you're making sense. Like you can actually understand your words.
I'm getting there. What I'm trying to say is, like, you'll see us do both the bugs. And then, like we'll plant it and get the bugs, and then we'll immediately to get the Skulltula. Then we'll immediately plant the magic bean.
I wonder if you can plant the magic bean and then plant the bugs and
I
still
don't
get the
think
Skulltula. Because I know, like they always said, like plant this first.
Yeah.
No, you had to because
otherwise you'd miss out entirely.
Yeah, you would miss out because you can't
you can't unplant.
We had to go get Dampy. We had to bring Dampy all the way from the graveyard, which you know how long that would take him to get out here. So we had to go get Dampy, come out here, dig up our magic bean, and then play. You had to be able to.
Oh, Link would be an old man.
It's like you said, like you would lose that Skulltula for the whole game.
Which, I mean, it might happen. I've never tried. I have no idea. It's a good question.
Either, so
it's
this right here, I think I might have came down here my first couple times playing because we see rocks. You're always trying to blow them up. Some we actually have to lift up later on. So I mean, it's Zelda knowledge that hey, there's a rock. Try to blow it up and see what happens.
There's probably something underneath there. Yeah,
I might actually gotten the Deku Nut upgrade because that's actually a pretty easy one to get.
It is. The only thing that annoys me is that when we come back to the woods and things like that, we have to switch our shield. back to the
Yeah,
Deku Shield to deal with the Deku Scrubs and the business scrubs. It's a small thing, but it's kind of annoying.
I think in the next part, I'll forget to change back for a little while.
I think you do right here.
You know how, for a little while.
Yeah.
But, like, you know how mean shields are?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I literally went through Earth Temple in Skyward Sword without my shield the entire time. Like, it's one of those things I always forget to equip back.
Well, what killed me in Skyward Sword was there were times when I first started playing that I didn't know how to equip some of this stuff.
That is true,
so
yeah.
I feel like I like bought a shield and just assumed it was equipped.
Well, because of the motion controls, with the motion controls, you could actually easily unequip items.
You could.
Without, like, knowing it, and that's what happened. Now, off topic a little bit, or not, actually on topic with what's actually going on in the game. I don't know why I walked up and made that P-hat mad. Like, I literally could, like, I could have easily dodged him. I was just like, no, I'm going to frustrate him a little bit.
Exactly. Now, they made P-hat so much bigger.
I love it.
Than they were in, like, the other Zelda games. They look just massive in this game.
Yeah, they were equally damaging in the original Legend of Zelda. Those things were a pain in the original Zelda.
At least these we can get away from them without.
I like how big they made them. That's what I like. And like most of the games at P-Hats now, yeah, they were 2D, but you know they look small compared to other enemies in the game.
They do.
This one they made them huge.
And I think that's a good thing to have out here in Hyrule Field. Like at nighttime, obviously we get the Stall Kids, Stall Child. During the day, there's almost no enemies out here, so having the P-Hats kind of breaks it up a little bit. Even though, we do our best to avoid it.
That means blades swinging around though. That's not for me. Just not for me.
I'll stay away from that.
I don't know how they don't dig into the ground.
Oh,
like,
I don't know.
Like they just like kind of the whole thing goes all the way through the ground, comes back out. Now that would have to be extremely sharp to pull that off.
Hey, that'd be quicker than Dampy's digging. That's all.
That'd be a lot of detail though to add to the game right there.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Now this is kind of funny. Here in a minute, we're actually going to go into Lake. Obviously, you can kind of see where we're going. Here. We're going to go into Lake Hylia, and we're going to get that opening cinematic. For Lake Hylia, even though we've been there.
You had nothing to talk about, did you?
No.
You jumped the gun on that one a little bit.
I did. I kind of forgot we were actually coming down.
Yeah, to get heart piece. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But a couple parts ago, when we were getting the letter in the bottle, we kind of debated if that was our first time in Lake Hylia or not, and neither one of us really remembered.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, when we entered Lake Hylia right here, we actually get that opening cutscene, which tells me we didn't get the first time because we actually warped out there. So that actually does tell me that was the first time we were out there.
And I did totally forget we were getting that heart piece.
Oh, it's fine. It's not the first. We sit here and we prepare for our videos, but still, like, you cannot remember every single thing that happens in the video.
I will say though, that heart piece was a steal for 10 rupees.
Definitely.
Like that scrub was like desperate to get rid of that heart piece or to make us go away, one or the other.
We were walking on top of that concrete right there, the view you can see in the background. One of the things I love about the 3D remake, like, because in the original, like, it's kind of just like, it's more just like a painting in the background. Like, there was no depth to it. Yeah. Like, that right there, walking on that concrete wall, like, you could actually see, it looked like the land went way farther.
It really does.
Past Ocarina Time. Past Lake Hylia. I'll get there eventually.
I get you. We're struggling a little bit on this part.
Yeah, that happens.
We're getting
that mumble of mine might have been the worst I've ever done since we started this channel.
I just assumed you'd run out of things to say and figured that was the best way to quit
one word became 2 words, and then 2 words became 3, and the next thing I knew, it was just all mumbled together.
It's definitely not the first time we've.
And I wasn't that many beers in.
No,
usually if I do that, I'm like, oh, it's the beers. But not that time.
Hey, they make a good excuse.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime I ever screw up, it's the beer's fault.
It's the beer.
Not my fault.
I about forgot what we were doing here at Lake Hylia, too. We're getting this one Skulltula.
That looks like a lot bigger Gold Skulltula than the rest of them. Like,
it really does. It looks massive on that wall.
I remember noticing that, like, because they're all the same size, but that one, maybe it's the angle, or I don't know, but that one just looks humongous compared to the other one, so...
Now, obviously, what did look humongous to you is this red rupee that you just totally decided to ignore.
Dude, I was reviewing this. You can see me. I just literally walked right past. And I was like, well, maybe I didn't need it. And then I saw myself collecting all these green ones. I was like, I guess I just did see them while I was recording. But anyways, this is going to wrap up part 22 of Ocarina of Time 3D.